Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back to see me. So in today's video, I'll be doing this everyday makeup look, and if you guys would like to see how I achieve this look, keep on watching. First, I'm going in with the e.l.f. brow lip, and I'll also use the brush that goes with it, the spoolie, and just kind of laminate my brow. And I like to rub them the way they're supposed to lay and then go in opposite direction, just so I'm making sure that all of the brow hairs are coated so they get all the way down. That's it. I'm gonna go in with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. Let's see if I can get something to come out. Probably need some more. Next, I'm gonna go in with this NYX Professional Makeup Conceal Correct Contour Palette. I've had it for a while, so I'm not sure if it's like still in stock or whatever, but this, she eats so bad. And I slept on this because I just started using it like maybe last year, but yeah, she's a goodie. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take like this concealer brush, and I'm gonna go in with this orange shade to color correct under my eyes first. And I just started doing this. How do you guys feel about color correcting? I feel like it helps my under eye, you know, because they are dark, you know. Because they are dark, you know, mom life or whatever, or just life in general, honey. And I only do it under my eyes. I color correct. So after I'm done with this, we're coming back to it. I'm gonna take my LA Pro Concealer in the shade Chestnut, and I'm gonna basically cover up my dark marks on the rest of my face. And I like to do this instead of using the orange because I'm not wearing foundation, and you know, once you use the orange, you really need to cover it up. So while it helps the dark marks, it's better with, or I feel like it's better with foundation. And even then, if you have like a too orangey color corrector, for our skin at least, it pops up. Like, I don't know, if you see the girlies wearing the makeup or whatever, sometimes their base looks orangey from the color correct. So I guess it just depends on the shade. I guess it just depends on the shade of orange or whatever. Like when you color correct, just be mindful of that. So now, before I blend everything out, I'm gonna spray my Morphe Continuous Setting Spray, or setting mist. Just a tad. Now I'm just gonna blend with my e.l.f. Duo Brush, Complexion Duo Brush. And I'm just blending out kind of more around the edges than actually on like exactly where I put the concealer, because I find when you actually blend it out on the actual like what you're trying to cover up, instead of like blending out the edges first or whatever, it defeats the purpose, you know. Like there was not much of a difference, really no difference, because it just, it's like you wipe it out. Now I'm gonna go in, and another thing I learned, not only like when I'm concealing my dark spots, but also under my eye. I need to blend out the edges. Blend out the edges first. Kind of give the rest of concealer a little bit more time to set, because my eyes crease so bad. They crease so bad. Okay, this is how we look. So now we're coming back. So now we're going back to this NYX palette, and now I'm finna go in with the darkest shade to contour. And I like to go pretty high. Like, I like it high up. And I don't do too much, just a little bit. A little goes a long way. Because this is everyday makeup. We're not going for, you know, club going out. And I just do my nose as well. And then I'm going to go in since it's everyday makeup, we're not going for that bright under eye, so, or not super bright. So I'm gonna go with my Maybelline Fit Me powder. So I'm gonna go in with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Walnut, and I'm just gonna go over where I color corrected it. And this concealer is like kind of maybe like a shade lighter than myself. I'm just gonna conceal. You see, it's like not too bright. And I'm just gonna go to the points that I want to kind of highlight. And that's it. So now I'm gonna spray, and I'm gonna let it sit for a few minutes. Okay, I've let it dry down for a few minutes. So first I'm gonna blend out my contour, and I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. contouring brush and just blend it out. I like that it's a straight brush because it gives you kind of more control than, I don't know, I feel like a fluffier brush, in my opinion. For me, this works good for me, not for everybody. I'm just kind of doing the tapping motion because I want it to stay where I put it. I don't want it to, you know, kind of go down any further or anything like that. And I'm tapping it, but I'm also pushing it up at the same time because we don't want to push it down and it looks like muddy and just not good. And this works really good for the nose because you're getting it right there along the edge. I'm just gonna bring it on my eyes too. Now I'm gonna blend out my concealer. I'm gonna go on the nose first, and I'll just do a rough kind of pass. I'm going to go under my eyes. And like I said, don't forget to blend out the edges first and then go into under the eye. And I'm also bringing a contour along the sides of my noses just to kind of help with the nose contour to make it more like, you know, snatched. So yeah. And now what I like to do is I like to go in with this rough side of the brush, where I will be using I like to go on this side of the brush, the foundation side, and I kind of like to blend out those edges even more, because when you're blending it out, it creates kind of like this harsh line to where you know, like, okay, she was blending right there. She didn't finish though. And just doing that on the other parts of my concealer, just make sure it's all seamless. So now I'm going to spray again with the Morphe setting spray. We spray during every step. Now I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. putty blush in this pretty like corally shade. I don't know, it works so well, and I'm going to show you how. So I'm going to just take some of my hand, I use my hand, and I'm just going to go kind of right where the contour and the concealer meets. And it's just such a pretty shade, and I feel like it's very buildable. And now I'm going to blend it out with kind of dense brush. For me, the dense brush for the blush is just, it just makes it blend in so well. And so now I'm going to go on with the Juvia's Place Volume 5. Do you see this? Juvia eats every time. So now I'm going to take a fluffy brush. It always has some on there, but watch this. I'm going to do tap, tap. Why are you so pigmented? Like, huh? And so with that, I'm going to set my blush. And I don't know if you see on TikTok how the girls kind of go to their, right there, like right by their eye, the corner of their eye. It looks so good to me. Like, I've been doing that because I wasn't a blushy girly, but now I feel like I'm becoming one, thanks to Juvia and e.l.f. Thanks to both of them. So now I'm gonna go my bronzer shade from Fenty Beauty in the shade Cocoa Naughty, and I'm using a fluffier brush just to, that's good. I'm gonna take my powder puff and I'm just gonna press in to set. Boom. And I just set everywhere where I contoured, basically. I set everywhere that I put concealer. So, and now I'm gonna go in with my Sephora Micro Smooth in the shade Deep, and I'm just gonna add a little bit of color back into my face after that powder. Now I'm gonna spray, because I'm done with my base makeup now. I'm gonna spray again with my Morphe setting spray for the last time. Ooh. Let that dry down. So I'm gonna go in with the NYX Line Loud lip pencil in the shade Rebel Kind. Now I'm gonna go in with the NYX This Is Milky Gloss in the shade Moody Pink, and it's just like this very subtle, it's kind of like Okay guys, so this is the finished look. Thank you so much for watching, and all the product details will be listed down below. Also, don't forget to comment down below what you would like to see from me in my next video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.